Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Barcast TV. Today we have another 1v1 match between two high-level players. Spawning on the left side of the map, playing as the red pieces, we have Waddler and his opponent. Spawning on the top right side of the map, playing as the blue Cortex Commander, we have MightySheep, who is playing a 1v1. Gasp! Former reigning Alpha Cup champion. Self-described washed player, and they're going to be playing on Sertegatta today. Actually, this is one of my more favorite maps. We had a little bit of banter between these two players trying to figure out where to spawn in the early game, but for those of you who don't know, there's quite a bit of reclaim on this map spread out across, so I think Resbot first is fairly strong here. We'll see if either player decides to go for that. Got a lot of drawing on the screen by some of the spectators here. You see there's quite a few in the observer. Shout out Delphi. I'm not sure if that's your main account or what, but you're definitely very strong, so I'd like to have a chance to rematch against you. Yeah, so we have a Resbot first here out of Waddler playing as the core bots. Meanwhile, MightySheep is opening up as 3-max start into core vehicles, and he's going to be going, what is that, Incisor, or Scout, Incisor, construction vehicle? Let's see what he chooses to do. I think on this map, playing opening vehicles, you have to get out an early Incisor just to challenge this Resbot. I think if you go Scout Incisor, you can really pressure this Resbot from getting all the reclaim for free. Double Resbot first, that's crazy. So, while these are getting underway, backstory, Waddler is Clyret. So, in case you didn't know, there's like some weird renaming meta going on, but for some reason Waddler chose to rename himself from Clyret. I'm not sure why, but as far as I know, that's him. We'll have to see how he does, and yeah, Sheep isn't contesting rocks. I don't know why he's not. I think if you could like go straight to the mid here. You can even see this reclaim being pulled up off of the map if you're really paying attention. But I'm not sure if he's all in or not. He went con into, what is this, 5 incisors? 4 incisors con? So we'll have to see how he does. But yeah, Waddler is just totally content to spam out grunts here at the moment. I like to start. He hasn't made a con just yet. So maybe this is kind of saving MightySheep in some way. But yeah, there's this 2-mech start. I think there was a little bit of banter in the early part of this game about whether or not this is good or not. I know I've seen Teddy spawn here, and I think one particular reason why it's so strong is like you're tucked between these two mountains as opposed to this 2-mech start here, where you have this mountain that you can kind of get up on and be raided from a little more easily, right? I mean, bots can get up here, they just move a lot slower than like coming down off of this hill. So I think just putting your main base below a hill like that is a little suspect in some ways. So I think moving to this double mech start's pretty strong. And then of course, Sheep is showing us the 3-mech vehicle spawn location. I see a lot of players do, kind of tucked up in the corner of the map. So looks like we have a Rascal here who's going to get one of these mexes. Really nice pick off there. Waddler's trying to get up an LLT to defend himself. He went ahead and got some bots, and he's not spending his metal actually. I'm not sure how he has 1,000 metal in the bank at the moment, but maybe that's just a function of these Resbots. We see a raid on the left side. On the right, Waddler is looking for some counter damage. Looks like he did a little all army hotkey there, but decent control here from Sheep. He's just staying out of range. He's got these tanks grouped up really tight so they can all fire pretty quickly. Meanwhile, on the right side of the map, looks like this construction bot's getting caught out and it's going to get taken down by these 6 grunts. So really nice trade there. Looks like we have more damage going off on this left side of the map. These 3 tanks still trying to find their damage. See a little scuffle there on the mini map at the top mid. That Resbot has to run away. And Waddler still has 1,000 mass in the bank. You gotta spend your mass, buddy. I'm not sure if you can kind of get up a con turret real fast, or can't burn through it and make another factory. That's not gonna work. You're only sitting on 6 metal per tick here. We're gonna zoom out, take a look and see what's going on here. See this Resbot's getting chased down by these 2 incisors. What are their speed? 86 to the 78 of the grave robber. So nice little pick off there. He's able to scoop up that con that went down earlier. See, in the middle of the map, there's action going all over the place. I'm gonna try and keep up with it. These two incisors are gonna get picked off, seems like. How do I kill Gator? Okay, I guess it's like the meta in AV8s now is making those Gators as a bot player. I'm not even sure how you kill Gators as bots. Yeah, Rez does have a good line of sight, doesn't it? 430 compared to the Grunts, 500, so pretty much like an attacking unit. Incisors have pretty terrible line of sight, 273. I think they'd be busted if they had much higher than that. These two units are going to get caught out. We're going to have a flank here. Really nice catch there, catching those two. And there's a lot of reclaim over here. I don't think Waddler knows these two tanks are coming in here from the south, but he has enough grunts to kind of contest this. See Waddler stalling on E at the moment. He's going to turn around to try and kite these grunts, but I think they're going to get their damage. Meanwhile, we can zoom out and look at more of the map here. Sheep's got another group of 7 incisors inbound. Well, 6 are going this way. 1's going to be running around the top lane. He's done a really nice job of expanding, though. I mean, we can take a step back, look at these charts. The metal income is 5 times in favor of Sheep. It's kind of wild to see. He has 3 expanding cons, which have a lot of build power to expand, much more than these construction bots. And Waddler is sitting here with a pretty decent sized army. He's got 2 res bots out doing their thing. He's got a 3rd one that just came out. Decent amount of build power. Somehow he still has metal in the bank, but I think the real story here is the lack of expansion. And I think this metal reclaim button is not working here because I don't see it updating the reclaim from either of these res bots I've gotten. So perhaps that's a bit of a bug. Taking a sip of coffee. So if y'all like these kinds of 1v1 casts, let me know in the comment section. Hit the like button and subscribe. We've got a 2v2 tournament coming up on the 27th, and I'm thinking about hosting another Bar Pro League, so let me know what you think about that. I'll be sure to get that organized for you guys. Back to the game, of course, we have... Are there exploiters? No, just more mexes. 3 cons expanding, doing their thing. We've got... Look at the main base here. 1 con turret already built. Commander still content to sit in the main base. Just as I say that, looks like he's moving to add on a couple of solars. Gonna fix that E. 2 cons adding on energy as well, and just so many grunts here. Really like to see that. This is gonna be a nice trade. You're gonna get that flanking damage on these incisors. Incisors are very strong against grunts, but I think you have to have like the scouts with them so you can kind of pick and choose your battles. I think that's what's saving our red player from this game. And he's got 5 res bots out, 4 res bots, 5 res bots out, doing their thing. Doing a really good job of picking up all these raids that happened earlier in the game, and that's just letting Sheep kind of naked expand to a lot. He looks like he's moved up to a 4th expanding con. No LLTs, just kind of naked expanding. And we see a couple like spread out across the map with these radars here, but what is that, like a 3-to-1 ratio? 3 mexes to every 1 LLT. I like to see it. You know, let the radar and units do the work for you. Of course, like, being so aggressive with these raids is just keeping the pressure off of him while he can expand. I think at some point when he moves into medium tanks, he's going to be in a really nice spot. We just see this 1 incisor on repeat out of the factory. Let's take a look at how he plays. I don't think I've ever seen this. So, pretty top down. Adding on more radars here. Let's take a look at his opponent, the Waddler. Zooming in super far, stalling on metal right now. There he goes. Oh, no reclaim. Order just going to continue to res. So go back to the omniscient camera here. So many tanks streaming across the map. I think this raid might actually get a lot of damage done. Unfortunately, this radar isn't turned on quite yet. He's going to get a decent warning about these units incoming. Let's see how long it takes him to react actually to those. This radar is almost done being built. He's stalling on metal and E right now, so this is kind of gonna bite him in the butt here. Finally turns on. He sees that raid in the top left. Those radar signatures come on. Any reaction so far? Yeah, there we go. So he's gonna try and get some units in position. We have a bomber out, but I don't think that's really what you need in this scenario. I want to say like paralyzer drones would be a little stronger in this situation. They can move across the map. You can kind of coordinate attacks between these two groups of units. Of course, they can shut down like these exploiters that are going up and let you get some raids off. So I feel like those paralyzer drones really extend that Tech 1 phase, that early game phase, a little longer against a vehicle opponent. Of course, MightySheep, being such a strong player, isn't going to let him have free reign over the sky, so he's going to get his own aircraft line up just as quickly. So you got a couple of E-converters to kind of fix his economy there for a minute. Take a look at the top right. Okay, so Metal Reclaim finally turns on. Maybe, I'm not sure, then it goes back to 0. It's just like actively what's being reclaimed. It's not like a total reclaim over the course of the game. Look at these statistics, and this is the story here. Almost double the metal produced for our blue player, and that's going to translate into a big push here in the center of the game. Got these paralyzer drones out, stunning these units, and that's going to let blue move in here, but I think he's kind of flanked at the moment. I don't think he wants to push in quite yet. See, this bomber's going to get taken down finally by the fighters in the air here, and Waddler's commander is just getting up a couple of LLTs here. He's locking down his bottom left side of the map, but I mean, look at this map here. Just so much blue. So much of the mexes have been taken by our blue player. Really strong 1v1 showing here. I'm not sure why he thinks he's washed up in this regard. Definitely showing some strength here. See some inties above the army here, doing what they can to stop any kind of other aircraft from coming out onto the field, making their difference. And we see Waddler has moved into a vehicle plant, so this game is getting close to over, though. We see moving on to 3 factory production for our blue player. He's content to produce some tanks out of his factory, some paralyzer drones, and like this push is just getting closer and closer to the main base. But I think what's really holding him on is these res bots here. They've been so valuable over the course of this game, getting up these wrecks. It's like they're still reclaiming. This wall of LLTs going up in mid here, top mid. Defend that from any kind of run by attempt, and here's a big battle coming up. Looks like MightySheep's content to kind of pull away. He doesn't want to take a fight right now. I guess he doesn't have to at any point, and this maybe he knows where the commander is at for some reason. Gonna get a D-gun off. The Cortex D-gun works there. It takes out about 5 tanks. It's gonna force MightySheep to turn back. Don't think you want to run into that choke point to try and gun down that commander. More red spots out on the field. These medium tanks are gonna shoo away the Incisor army for now, but I think that just means our blue player can switch into, brute production. There he goes. You're going to see those coming out of the factory. See a couple of red spots on repeat. We're really going to start swelling in number here. Even some bombers over red space here, doing what they can to take out some of this energy eco, and I think that's going to be close to game here. Not sure how you come back from this position. Down on eco. Down on map control, seem to be down on army as these stouts start making their way onto the field. And with another group of paralyzer drones coming out, I feel like MightySheep's going to be able to take a pretty decisive victory here soon. See, here they are coming in. Gotta get their paralyzer shots off. And he's going to run in at this, kind of perpendicular angle, start taking out these units en masse. He's going to come in, shave off some units, and continue with the fight here. I don't see any anti-air in the army just yet, so these paralyzer drones are just getting so much value. This army's getting rolled over. We see Waddler's commander showing up in frame here, coming into the fight. Can't paralyze this unit. We'll see how these D-guns start getting used here. So one of those miss. It sucks when the D-gun doesn't go off, but see more res bots in the back getting their value from what they can, but the economy is just completely destroyed from our red player. I don't see any wind turbines over there. He's trying to get up an LLT, but it might not fire here. More paralyzer drones coming in. Finally, we see some lashers in the back doing their damage against these. It's going to force those to retreat, but you know, sitting on top of this reclaim field, he might bring the clock back a little in his favor, but I mean, look at all these undefended mexes that just need a run by. More medium tanks making their way onto the field. Fortunate for Sheep, these res bots are not long for the world. You can see a lot of those go down. But here we are. The army has gotten between each other here, and MightySheep is just making a beeline for the main base. He knows the commander can't be there to defend. The army isn't there, surely enough. And he should be able to just attack move over this main here. And that should be about GG here. This main factory is going to go down. All the solars are going down. He's trying to give chase to these blue tanks, but you really can't let these tanks kite you. They're so much armor. See, even splitting off his incisors to kind of clear out more of these expansions. And yeah, so the main base is down. We just have these lashers out. And Water is saying too OP on these open maps. So yeah, go figure. See one single pounder making its way onto the field, trying to do its camp, but the writing is on the wall here. I mean, look at all these tanks streaming across the map on fight move, and yeah, that's it. Water taps out, concedes here. So nice pickup, nice W, MightySheep. Welcome back to the 1v1 scene. Hope to cast some more of your games in the future. So hope you all enjoyed the cast. See you in the next replay.